Social media is a reflection of the human consciousness, and the algorithm is a direct representation of the human mind. The human mind not only made the algorithm, but it is the algorithm. In your own mind, you're constantly being fed thoughts, right? If you meditate, you'd understand this. It could be completely random and jumping. Same thing with a dream. It's eccentric, there's oddities, and it's a random pattern of topics. It's never just a fluid, sequential dream. And same thing with the algorithm. You're constantly being fed content that is so different from one to the next. And so that's why we like the algorithm and why we want to doom scroll. It's because we don't know how to sit with our own selves. We're afraid to sit with ourselves because we don't want to see our fault. We don't want to watch our own anxiety, depression, guilt, and shame and fear, which is why we want a distraction, which is social media. But it's the same mechanism. It's still continuing an inability to be aware and cultivate the power of choice in our own thoughts by practicing and learning the power to cultivate where you put your focus and attention, what you're making real. If you don't learn that all your thoughts are not true and you can choose which ones and learn how to investigate them, then when you're online, everything you watch, everything you listen to, everything you hear or read will automatically be registered as truth to you. Because inside of your subconscious, you're making it all true and automatically agreeing to it. So that's why you see on people online, they always have to give their opinion on an opinion. Even my own videos, people have to, but I understand because everything extends themselves. So those people finding fault in videos and caught up, it's because they're caught up in their own selves. Those are the thoughts they have in their own mind. And they think, oh, well, the ego is like, oh, we'll just use social media to project out all of the ugly feelings we don't want to look at, like the guilt, the shame, and the fear. And so that's what we do online. And if you've noticed, the world has become increasingly more violent in the physical world ever since 5 years ago when we dived much more into a digital world. And online is almost like people feel they have the liberty entitlement because there's no real repercussion. So it's like in real life, you wouldn't run around throwing up your guilt, shame, and fear and judgment onto people. You wouldn't do that. That's not how we act in person. We do that online because there's a degree of separation, which is what the ego is, a separate identity wanting to use its own thoughts, its own truths to cultivate its own reality. And so online allows us to do that, to say and do whatever and then turn it off and walk away. Well, it's not exactly inconsequential. Look at the world, how violent we've become because we keep allowing, because we're creators, we're using the tool of social media to be an allowance where we can be so angry and guilt and shame and blame and anxiety focused or fear focused. And that's why there's more of that in the world. We are creators. So if we wanted to change social media in the world, we'd have to change our relationship with our own thoughts first.